So this is a very special episode of Matt Chats with Ash. I'm sorry I haven't been around a lot. Oh, my tea's way over here. Sorry I haven't been around a lot as of late. As you can tell, my sinuses are all blocked up, and they've been like on and off blocked for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and my body just hasn't been able to like fight off anything really. So today I thought it would be sort of fun and funny to go through a kind of mini yoga class for sinus relief. And so I looked up a bunch of poses that might be helpful, and I looked up some meditations that might be helpful. And basically I'm just going to sit here and go through it and maybe snot a lot and maybe sneeze a lot. And yeah. So we're going to start in a seated meditation. I got some pillows here, because why not? I'm just going to lift my hips up, and I'm just going to start with a breathing exercise. The first one we're going to do is breathing in through the nose and then breathing out through the mouth. So this is good just to get you started, to get you aware of your breath without it being super constricted, because if your nose is all stuffed up, you're not going to be able to breathe fully in and out. So having your out breath be through the mouth is going to allow you to breathe, instead of trying to breathe through your nose like you would usually do and get frustrated because there's blockages there. So just start with our hands on our knees, closed eyes. See, I already have to sneeze. Achoo! Sometimes I pretend that I'm sneezing so that maybe it'll happen. Nope, okay. So, eyes closed, back straight, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Beginning to tap into the breath. Staying here for another minute or two. Couple more breaths. Making sure you're allowing that exhale to be long. Okay. Ooh, felt good. So now we're going to do nostril breathing, which might be a little difficult right now, because if you're stuffed up like I am, there's gonna be one or both are gonna be blocked. So what I usually do, even when I don't have a cold or anything, I stick my index finger under my nose, inhale and exhale, and I'll see which nostril has the most air coming out. So right now it's this one. So this exercise usually helps balance the oxygen that's going into your brain and going through your nose. So hoping that after this nostril breathing, it'll kind of clear out any blockages that's going on in my left nostril, so that they'll be balanced when I breathe, and that both of my nostrils have the same amount of air coming out and coming in. Just gonna have a sip of tea. So being sick can be gross, and it can feel really like sad and lonely because you can't really get out. But I've realized that there's always yoga. Like there's always a yoga pose for anything really, for sadness, for anxiety, for sickness. So it's nice to have that one thing that you can go to for healing. So so we'll get right into the nostril breathing here. So what I do is I kind of do like a rock on, like if you can see that, like maybe a Spider-Man, like so your index finger, your thumb, and your pinky are up, and it doesn't matter which hand. So you got these fingers up. You're gonna put your index finger on your third eye, and we'll start with blocking the right nostril with your thumb. You're gonna breathe in your left nostril, block that left nostril, and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Block off the right nostril, exhale through the left nostril. Inhale, left nostril. Block it off, exhale, right nostril. And keep going just like that. Starting to snot. Get the Kleenex out. Ooh. So yeah, there's gross. So yeah, now my left nostril is getting cleared out so that they're both balanced. So I'll just continue a little bit more. Couple more breaths, guys. Oh, now I'm starting on the other side. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, We'll move on to our actual postures now. See, actually, I'll just check to see. Yeah, so they're a little bit more, my nostrils are a little bit more balanced. This one still has a lot more air coming in and out. But this one was completely, the left side was completely blocked, and now I can at least feel some air coming out. So now we're going to transition on to our hands and knees. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see all of me. Look at these cute pajamas. Yoga clothes. You can buy these at Walmart. Probably in the kids section. So we'll start on hands and knees, just making sure our knees are under our hips, 90-degree angle here, and our wrists are underneath our shoulders. So we'll start with cat and cow. This one I didn't really find as particularly great for sinuses, but it's good to warm up with. So we're going to inhale, look up, arching the back. Exhale, tucking the chin, tucking the tail, looking down. Inhale, look up, arch your back, lift the tail. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. It's important to keep breathing here, even if your sinuses and your nose are all stuffed up. It's so important to be conscious of your breathing anyway, even if it's difficult. Straightening out the back, coming back to center. We'll go into a child's pose. Walking your knees in, dropping your bum to your heels, and walking your hands out. Just placing your head onto the mat, where your third eye would be. And it's really nice here to, if your head is on the mat, to really like dig in and rock back and forth on your nose. That's where the sinuses are. So it's going to loosen them up quite a bit. Eyes are watering. Okay. And this class is really restorative, obviously, because if you're watching this and you're either laughing at me because I'm snotting everywhere, or you actually need something when you're sick. And this sequence is really restorative, so you don't need to hold any tension, you don't need to stretch any certain way. This is just purely for rest and relaxation and to open your sinuses. So just a gentle child's pose if you want to get your pillow in there. Rest your head. Maybe take a nap. Oh, look. Okay. From there, we're going to go into puppy pose, because this one is very close to child's pose, but your head is further down. So from child's pose, we'll rise up, take the knees just back a bit, and then we'll drop the chest down to the earth. Maybe walking the hands a little bit out as well. And resting your head on the earth here, you're going to get a good shoulder stretch. But mainly your that sinus part of your head is going to dig firmly into the ground and get loosened. And I'm snotting again. These poses really work. Oh, yeah, okay. So in these poses, you're just concentrating on the parts that aren't feeling so well. And just being in the moment with your body. But if you have to blow your nose, please do so. Don't snot on your mat. Rock side to side. All right. From there, we're going to go into downward facing dog. And this is a really good one for sinus as well. You're going to dig your toes in, lift your knees straight, lifting your hips, and then taking your chest back, looking through your arms, looking towards your toes. You can pedal it out here, just bend your knees. This is kind of like an upside down, yummy pose so that all the gunk kind of gathers in your nose and gets out of there. Yummy. Yummy stuff. So, downward facing dog. A couple more breaths here. If you can breathe, maybe just breathe through your mouth if you can't. Through your nose. Okay. From there, from downward facing dog, we'll walk very slowly up to our hands, bending the knees very generously. Maybe grabbing the elbows, rocking side to side, hanging the head heavy. And I'm snotting. Oh. Yummy. Okay. Walking back into downward dog again. We're gonna alternate from downward facing dog and forward fold a couple times. Breathing here. Hanging your head. Walking it up to forward fold. Letting go of the jaw, tightening it. Downward facing dog. Try to find some stillness. Some quiet contemplation. Breathing into the nose. Giving your head some love here. forward fold one more time. Actually, we might do one more. That's a lie. Hanging the head. Walking. Not being too concerned about how the shape looks today. Just giving yourself love and compassion for where you are. Downward facing dog. So here I'm going to do a headstand because that was one of the poses that were really good for your sinuses. Although it's not something you have to do. I'm going to go into dolphin pose first, and you can just stay there. It's really just about having your head below your heart. That inversion to get all of the gross stuff in one place so that you can get rid of it. So go into dolphin first. So go into downward dog, and then I'll drop my elbows, and you can stay in downward facing dog. I'm connecting my hands here, and this is dolphin. So you're gonna push your armpits back, straightening your legs. This is quite a difficult pose for me actually right now. For the headstand, I'm gonna plug my head in between my hands. Go right into it. Back into dolphin, and then we're gonna go right into child's pose here. Relaxing the head down to the earth. Oh, big sigh. Yeah, that was tough for me today. So just resting in child's pose here. Inversions are so good for headaches and jaw pain, I've realized. It just creates a bunch of blood flow to the jaw, to the head, so that it's pumping more readily, more fresh oxygen. From child's pose, come up to downward facing dog once again. And then we're gonna walk up to forward fold and chill there for a minute or two. Breathing. I don't even know if you guys can see me. Hi. Chilling out. Giving ourselves a little massage, maybe a little head, little jaw massage. Alright, so from here we're just gonna bend our knees, sit onto the bum. What else would you sit on? Jeez. Okay. From here, we're gonna come into staff first. I'm gonna put a pillow under my bum. Lift my hips. Whew. Put my crystal right here. Sitting up nice and tall, making sure the shoulders are up and back. Breathing here. Take my socks off too. If you need something to grab onto for forward folds, like your toes, take your socks off if you have them on still. I like to be cozy. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathing. Reaching the arms up on the inhale. Reaching them forward on an exhale, but still keeping your back straight. Just letting the hands fall wherever they will. Keeping that, your gaze up, your back straight. On the next exhale, you can begin to fold. On each inhale, looking up, straightening out, and then on an exhale, folding once again. Couple more breaths here. Looking your hands up, straightening that back. From here we'll go into head to knee pose on the left side. So taking the right knee, move the candle here. Taking the right leg, placing the foot on the thigh here. Don't know if you can see that. Flexing the left foot. Making sure your torso is faced towards that foot. Keeping your back straight here. Shoulders up and back. Raising the arms up on the inhale. Folding on the exhale again, keeping your back straight for the first breath. On your next exhale, you can begin to fold. Couple more breaths here. Walking the hands up, straightening the back. Taking the right leg out once again. We'll go into our second forward fold. Again, setting up, straightening the back, raising the arms up on the inhale, exhale, fold, back straight up first, and then folding on your next exhale. Finding stillness here in the folds, hanging your head. Really feeling that snottiness coming all the way down. Yum. A few more breaths here. Coming all the way up. Head to knee pose on the other side. Taking the left leg in. Placing the left foot on the right side of the right thigh. Flexing the right foot. Making sure your torso is pointing toward that right foot. Lifting your arms on the inhale. Exhale, fold back straight. Next exhale, folding over the leg. Head super heavy here. You know, you don't have to touch your head to your knee, but it's just the action of letting your head hang. Super relaxed. Couple more breaths here. Coming all the way up. All right. Straightening that left leg out. Here comes the fun stuff. My faves. So we're gonna roll all the way onto the back. If you want to take a pillow, put it behind you like this. That's great. Can you still see me? Barely. Okay. Make sure you guys can see me for these. First one we're going to do is bridge pose. So, we're going to take our heels a little bit in towards our butt. They don't have to touch your butt. Just a little in so that you have a good angle on your knees so that they're 90 degrees when you lift your hips. Deep breath here. Inhaling the hips up. Taking your arms to the ground here. And lower. Stretching your legs out for a second. Oh, usually my back cracks there. So I just realized you're going to want your shoulders to still be on the ground. So if you want, you can still keep your head propped up. Just make sure your shoulders are down. We'll go into our second round of bridge. So taking the heels in. Deep breath here. Lifting the hips. And this time if you want to connect your hands, interlace your fingers, getting a good shoulder stretch and lifting the hips a little bit more. Making sure you guys can see. Alright. Just connecting those hands, coming all the way down onto the back. Stretching out. So from here I'm going to go into wheel pose. But if that's not something you're fully comfortable with, please stay in one of those variations of bridge. Wheel is just another variation of bridge where take your arms back, and you lift the hips, but you also lift your head off the ground. So I'll go into that now. I can't really talk much while I'm in it, so we'll chat when I come out. But if you're not doing wheel, please go into bridge, your variation of bridge. Okay. Coming all the way down onto the back. You just did wheel, roll out your wrists a little bit. Taking the legs out. So, pretty sure we're going into shoulder stand now. So these last two are quite advanced poses. So, if you're not comfortable being upside down at all, like the headstand, you can do any of the other poses that are great for sinus relief, or you can stay here in Shavasana for the rest of the class. You can do any other type of pose. You could go into a seated meditation. It's up to you. All paths are great for you at this moment, whatever you choose. So if you're coming into shoulder stand with me, it's important to take that pillow away. This is a pose that you want to really protect your head in and your neck. So I'll take my knees in, and I'll take them into my chest. Kind of hug it in, maybe rock side to side, rolling out that low back. And then I'll kind of pop up my bum and take my hands to my lower back here. And then lifting up the feet. And making sure that your neck stays where it is, not that you're not looking to the side or anything. Breathing here. Maybe closing the eyes. Rolling it all the way down, tucking your knees in. Important to come out of that one safely with your neck in a good, comfy place. So we're going to go into that one more time. But at the end, we're going to go into plow pose, which is just resting your toes to the back of the room. I'm going to shift myself all the way up here so you can see my toes are gonna touch right here on the mat. So my body is kind of gonna be folded in half. So first we'll go into plow again, taking the knees up, popping the butt up for a second so I can get my hands. Lifting the toes, shoulder stand, breathe. You can kind of creep your hands up your back if the lower back is too far for your reach. Anywhere on your back is good. So now going into plow, you're going to take your whichever foot. You're going to start to work it to the mat. And as soon as you touch, you can let the other leg go as well. This might be not so comfy for your neck or for your legs. Only reason this is a bit easier for me is because we had to do this stretch when I was a gymnast. It's harder for me to keep my legs straight. Breathing here. Coming back up into plow, using your ab strength, lifting your toes up, taking your knees in, rolling right all the way down. Oof. Feels so nice on my back. Rocking back and forth. Stretching out your legs, preparing for Shavasana. Taking the arms out. Shifting back again. Oh yes, this is when you can put your socks on, back on. Get your pillow out. Maybe you have 2 pillows like me. I'm gonna put one on my back. Yeah. And then just chilling out. Letting your legs play out. Letting your arms play out. Really resting here. Giving your body some thanks to be able to do these poses, even when you're not doing so well, even when you're not feeling so well. Yum. I have this kind of cold product here that I'm going to put on. It's called 4 Directions Balm by Nuwadi Herbals, Headaches and Colds. I got it last year at a crystal store in Dartmouth. I forget what it's called. I think it's Into the Mystics. Yeah, Into the Mystics, I think. I'm just gonna rub this on my sinuses and under my nose. Give yourself a sinus massage here, circling on your inner cheeks towards your nose. So nice to take this time for yourself, to make sure you're resting and being in the moment. Be present for you while you're sick instead of kind of not wanting to be. Nobody wants to be sick, but it's better to be present in any moment, in every moment, with yourself and your body, because then you're really going to know how to help, right? Letting your body sink into the ground. Maybe you notice that you can breathe a little bit better through your nose. Bring the knees in. Wiggling your fingers, coming back. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you feel. Coming on to the right side if you're good for now. Staying here for a minute. Maybe just laying here even when the video is done. Taking a good old nap. Alright, so that is my Mat Chats with Ash video for this week. I'm gonna really try to do it every single week, even if I'm not feeling well. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps if you do have any sinus pain. But you can do this video if you just want, you know, a relaxing class. Although it might be kind of annoying just watching me pull my nose and sneeze. But yeah, you can do this class whenever you're feeling under the weather or that you just need. If you just need some relaxation at any time. Thanks for joining me. Namaste. I'll see you next week.